To continue our discussion, our second topic for this week is the integration by trigonometric substitution. Yung trigonometric integration, that is just a tool na kakailanganin natin when we are doing trigonometric substitution. So trigonometric substitution, similar with the integration by parts, is an integration techniques that uses trigonometric functions to simplify a complex integrand into a more integrable functions. So our objective for this discussion or for this week is number one, you will be able to recognize what appropriate trigonometric substitution to use to rewrite the integrands involving rational expression. So basically, similar with our previous topic, the first objective is about the simplifications or the manipulations of a complex integrand into a more integrable functions. And the second objective is that after this, you will be able to solve for the integrals of functions involving rational expressions by applying trigonometric substitution. Again, the first one is just a manipulation to make it a more simple and easy to integrate. Then the next one is the application of the actual integration. Now, ano nga ba si integration by trigonometric substitution? So, there are several cases na uh, may na-encounter tayong mga functions that involves radicals. Like for example, this one, a squared minus x squared, a squared plus x squared, a squared minus a squared, which doesn't fall under the known integration formulas. So, hindi siya kayang gawin ng simpleng substitution lamang or mahirap siyang i-perform when we do integration by parts. So these integrals can be evaluated by substituting a trigonometric function of x. So the main idea is to determine a substitution that would allow us to reduce the binomial under the root into a single term monomial, thus making it possible to eliminate the root easily. So we are trying to remove, for example, in this problem, we are trying to remove this radical na pwedeng maging mahirap sa atin or magpahirap sa atin, okay, to make it more easier to integrate. Okay? Now, ano-ano yung pwede nating gawin? Under trigonometric substitution, we will use a right triangle. So, yun lang. Okay? Kailangan lang natin tandaan yung mga Pythagorean identities like 1 minus sine squared is equivalent to cosine squared, tangent squared theta plus 1 is equivalent to secant squared theta, and secant squared theta minus 1 is equivalent to tangent squared theta. Now, for the binomial terms under radical expression, itong unang identity natin that is equivalent sa a squared minus x squared, okay? Yung tangent squared theta naman plus 1 equivalent to secant squared theta, that is a squared plus x squared. Okay, and then the last one is x squared minus a squared. So during substitution, ang nangyayari natin, we will rewrite the value of x using this. To convert yung x natin into theta, we'll use a sine theta, a tan theta, a sec theta. So, however, there is a limitation. Kung ito ay isang um, definite integral, so may limits tayo, dapat ang limits lang to use this as value of x, dapat ang limits lang natin, ang new limits natin ay negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Para naman magamit natin ito, ang limits dapat natin ay negative pi over 2 to pi over 2 within this boundary. Okay? So, ganun naman kapag ka-asec, that is 0 to pi over 2 or pi to 3 pi over 2. So, ito naman yung illustration niya, graphical illustrations. So, ang tatandaan nyo lang dito is yung binomial term under radical expressions. Pwede nyo naman siya actually i-manipulate. Pwede naman nating i-derive, solve yung mga ito as long as we know kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga binomial terms under the radical expressions. So, for example, si a squared minus x, ibig sabihin dito, since a squared minus x ang pinag-uusapan at they are under a radical, we can say that a is greater than x. Di ba? Hindi pwedeng a is less than x. Kasi kapag a is less than x, square root of negative yon. So that is an imaginary number or a complex number. So hindi pwede. Pag a squared plus x, it can be either um, equal, higher, or lower. So wala tayong ano dito. Wala tayong sinusundan. Unlike dun sa first one that A should be greater than X. Pag dito naman, X should be greater than A. Now, bakit sinasabi ni Sir ito? Because meron niyang mga functions doon sa ating triangle. When A is greater than X, ibig sabihin yung A squared minus X squared natin, ang tinutukoy natin na A dito is the hypotenuse. Okay? So for example, dito, kaya ito ay A squared minus X squared kasi mas malaki si hypotenuse doon sa dalawang side. So yung X natin is on the vertical kapag A squared minus X squared. Kapag A squared plus X squared, ito naman, ang sinusolve ng radical natin ay yung hypotenuse. Kumbaga parang meron kang C squared dito. Ito yon, si C squared. A squared plus X squared. Kaya kahit ano yung maging value nito, basically they are not related to each other. Okay, kahit ano yung maging value ni X, kahit ano yung maging value ni A, kasi they are sum naman. Okay? Next, the last one is X squared minus A squared. Ang ibig sabihin naman nito, since X is greater than A, si X yung hypotenuse natin and si A is yung leg natin. Take note, si A is laging either siya yung nasa adjacent or siya yung hypotenuse. Si X naman ay laging opposite or siya yung hypotenuse. Lagi lang ganun, ano? Hindi pwedeng si X ay nandito kay hypotenuse. Hindi po pwede yan. Hindi pwedeng si A na nandito kay opposite. Hindi pwede yon. Okay? Again, ang pwesto lang ni X is either opposite ng angle or siya yung hypotenuse. Kailan nagiging hypotenuse si X? When X is greater than A. Kapag X is greater than A, therefore, hypotenuse. Ano spelling ng hypotenuse? Tama ako. Ay, ala. Hypotenuse. So, hypotenuse natin si X. Kapag A is greater than X, then hypotenuse natin si A. Hypo natin si A. So, yun lang yung tatandaan natin. Otherwise, ibig sabihin, si A squared plus X squared is hypotenuse. Or si A is adjacent, si X is opposite. Okay? So, yun lang yung laging tatandaan natin ha. Kapag A squared minus X squared, again, ang hypotenuse natin ay si A. Okay? Kapag A squared plus X squared, si A and X are both legs. Kapag X squared minus A squared, si X naman ay ang ating hypotenuse. Okay? Now, you can use this derived formula kapag ka A squared minus X squared, that is, ang X natin is A sin theta and ang A squared minus X squared natin is A cosine theta. Okay, may mga formula naman dito. Pwede natin sundan. Now, another technique that we can use is the rationalizing substitution. Wherein, ang ginagawa natin, we substitute a z, a function of z, wherein z is equivalent to tangent x over 2. So, saan ba ito nanggaling? If we go back to half angle, so for example, we have sine x over 2. Diba nire-rewrite natin yan as 2 sine x over 2 cosine x over 2. Pwedeng cosine, pwedeng sin cos. Okay lang yan. Kapag meron tayong cosine x over 2, nare-rewrite naman natin to into cosine squared x over 2 minus sine squared x over 2. So, kung babalikan natin si Pythagorean theorem, di ba meron tayo doong sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equivalent to 1. Pag sinubstitute natin yung mga square nito, we will be able to derive these values. Okay? So, for sine x, that is equivalent to 2z over 1 plus z squared. And for cosine x, that is 1 minus z squared over 1 plus z squared. Ang dx naman natin, ang magiging value na ng dx natin is 2 dz over 1 plus c squared. So, ginagamit natin ito para ma-simplify, matanggal yung ating sine and cosine function during integration. Okay? So, we will have a sample problem for this later on. So again, we have 6 sample problem. I will continue the sample problem on the tablet. So, right. So by the time that we are discussing the sample problem, I hope na napanood nyo na ito because you need the foundation here. Okay? And also, hopefully, while watching the sample problems, ay hawak ninyo si modules for some reference like yung mga trigonometric identities na gagawin ni sir. Alright? See you on the next part.